I'm going to record our session.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. I'm talking about places to get extra training. And of course, the first one was the EXP training that's being really, they want you guys to be doing this through the Mentee program, is getting the training in. The second one is the KV Core module training. And then I just mentioned the KV Core has just come out with the Design Center. So as you're in KV Core, there is a chat bot and you can ask them, where do I find this extra new core listing training? And they'll tell you where to go with it. It's for the Design Center. And then the last one I was just talking about was getting training through the multiple listing service, which is known as MRED. And you all should have access to MRED at this point. And if you don't, just ask and I'll talk to you about it. In the MLS, which is MRED, there is also a number of extra services. They're under the tools menu at the very top of the screen. And one of them is this service called RPR, which stands for Realtor Property Resource. And Realtor Property Resource is a phenomenal service. So I need you to just know, I want you to go in and play with all these different tools that are available. They have classes coming up. This particular class, it's called RPR's Market Trends Script Writer powered by ChatGPT, is coming up on July 18th at 11 a.m. Central. I've just signed up for it. I actually got signed up because I want to know more about it. And why do I want to know more about it? Because I'm taking my business to another level. And I want you guys to be thinking this way, is that part of our business is offering good content to whoever we're working with. Content needs to be shared, and the best way to share it is through video. So I'm going to start with the idea for you, but I don't expect you guys to be jumping into video yet. I'm just saying the number one thing is good content. Where do you find good content? Well, anytime you receive an email and there's something like a nice graphic, maybe there's a chart and it shows what the inventory looks like, or I know my multiple listing service, I'm sure you guys get these. They send out these really cool graphics, 10-page graphics that show what the market looks like. I shared that whole 10-page report right out onto Facebook. I have a business Facebook page. And so when I get one of those, I quickly create some kind of paragraph about describing what it is that this chart's going to be, or the charts are talking about, and then I send it out. Why am I doing that? Because this is great content. And the more I show I am the authority, I'm a source of information, it is just natural that people are like, well, I really like what she's sharing. She's always informing me of what's new and where's the market. My belief right now is that is the number one question you're going to be asked when you go to 4th of July party. So it wouldn't hurt to go on the MLS and maybe go into InfoSparks, because that's one of our services, and click on InfoSparks and learn how to use it so that you could have a conversation. Whatever town you live in, if you're going to the 4th of July in your town, you would run a report ahead of time and say, okay, I'm going to go into infographics and I want to know how does, like I'll use my example, I live in Buffalo Grove. I want to know, how does the MLS compare to the Buffalo Grove market for home supply? Like how many homes are on the market? The best thing about this is that you could walk into a party and someone says, well, how's the market? Well, in this town, it just so happens we have less than 1 month's worth of inventory. So this is a conversation you all should remember because it stays the same. If you have less than 6 months worth of inventory, you have a seller's market. If you have about 6 to 7 months worth of inventory, they call that a transition market. And anything over 7 months would be a buyer's market. So where are we today? We're in a seller's market. And I would add, we are in an extreme seller's market. The current information right now with the MLS is we are carrying approximately a month and a half worth of inventory. That's extreme. So if someone says to you, well, you know, we've been talking about moving, then you need to have a consultation. You're not there to sell them on the idea of moving. You're going to consult with them because you want to learn how much equity do they have in their home? What do they owe? Do they have more than one mortgage? And these are questions you should be writing down, because those are things that if you don't ask those questions, you could lead someone into selling their home and they can't buy another home. Some people cannot afford to buy another home. I personally have an experience of one of my past clients went with a new agent who was with their church. They said, well, this realtor said they could help us sell our home, but he never asked the questions that he should have. And it turned out the buyer couldn't afford to buy another house. They didn't have good credit. They had not good credit. I'll just leave it at that. And so they didn't qualify for the loan that they wanted, which they didn't even realize they had to worry about because the guy didn't give them any guidance. They got zero guidance from this new agent. And days before they were going to have to close on their current home, they called me in a panic. They were panicked. There's not a phone call you ever want to get when a client is like, I don't know what we're going to do. We've got the 2 kids, the whole bit. I mean, they were panicked. I was in motion looking for a rental for them like you've never seen. We got so lucky. We found one that was nice. They agreed to rent it. And the tenant is happy. My client is the tenant. They're happy. The landlord is happy. They're paying on time. I said, you pay on time so you build your credit back up, because all this matters. Here's the thing. I would never, ever have advised them, because I knew enough to know what their situation was, would never have advised them to sell. They weren't in a place to buy. So here's the thing, guys. Every single thing I'm telling you, each thing is important. They're not all the same importance. But the first thought is, I think it was with Ricardo. Ricardo and I had a conversation, and I sent him a bunch of buyer questions to ask, because I gave him a referral. That's what it was. I gave him a referral, and the buyer questions were where because he's new, he didn't know what to ask. So the questions that I sent him just gave him some comfort when that time came where he needed to ask questions. Here's the thing, guys. Each of you guys, I can send you the same information I sent him. And all it is it's giving you a set of questions to help you get to the next level. You're each at different points where, you're busy with your regular full-time job, and, you're doing this to kind of get started. I want you to know nothing at this point is as important as getting the EXP training and the KV core training down. So the stuff I'm talking to you about is the next, like, there are things that are going to come. I don't want you to stress about it. I want you to just take one thing at a time. And then the other thing I want you to always remember, because this is something I keep telling everybody, I am a resource for you. You can never be bothering me at all. If I'm with a client, that's the only time I won't be able to talk to you directly. But I promise you, you are not bothering me. So wherever you are in your business and wherever you are with EXP, the only thing I can do is just to continue to be positive and encourage you to keep going on your training, because it all helps. Okay. Do you guys have any specific questions that you want to talk about? Anything at all?
I have one, Celeste. In the MLS, I was trying to find a property, one of my actually family members' property, and I couldn't find it in the MLS. Is there a reason for that?
So tell me about the property.
It's in Barrington. I
Is
don't
it
know.
on the market?
No, it's not.
Is it closed?
No, they're still living in it.
So is it under contract?
Yes.
It's under contract.
Yeah.
So when you pulled it up, were you
Mhm.
able to pull it up under the single family? That's the first parameter that you're
Mhm.
searching under single family. I'm assuming it's a single family.
Yes.
Okay. And then the next one down would be that it would be either contingent or pending.
Hmm.
And contingent means that they have some contingencies, like
Mhm.
financing, possibly, who knows what other contingencies. It could be attorney
Mhm.
review, inspection. And then pending is when they've removed all their contingencies. So
Mhm.
whatever the status is that the agent put it in, that's the field you should make sure that's what you're searching underneath. Always put the area. It says area 10 because that's Barrington.
Mhm.
And then I usually do, because this is just me, I'll go back 3 months because typically a home that's contingent is in that window of 3 months or less.
Okay.
And then your listing should show up. And then if it doesn't, Melanie, then we'll regroup when we're on the phone, we'll just
Mhm.
focus on the phone and I'll walk you through it again. It could be a number of reasons. You could have spelled the name of the street wrong or the number was wrong. I mean, it
Yeah.
happens all the time.
Yeah, I made sure that wasn't it, but
Okay.
I'll look again.
Yeah. And there are always exceptions to all the rules.
Mhm.
My hope is that you realize that all of us make mistakes. Like we don't always get it in there correctly and we can't find what we're looking for.
Right.
Anybody else? No? Don't be shy. So I do want to ask, has anyone had any success in this last week? Anything at all? Okay.
No.
I'm going to give one. Ricardo, did you make the phone call to the guy on Saturday?
I made the phone call to him Saturday. I left him a voicemail, and then I tried to get on Sunday and left him a voicemail, and I haven't heard back yet.
Okay. Some people are like that. They wanted to say that they're interested. And then when you come back and try and help, they
Mhm.
go MIA. You know the word I use when I have something like that? Next.
That's good.
Don't get hung up on it because I'm not. And by the way, guys, I am about to start getting more business, more leads. I'm paying for Google SEO and ads because I really want my business to be exceptional. And if there is any business that I feel I can help direct your way, I definitely will because it's all going to help. It's going to get you a transaction. We need to get you guys through those first 3 transactions. And when I say I'm here to help, I'm genuinely here to try and help. I'm helping as much as I can. I don't always have the leads, but I will try to get the leads because that's what I'm working on right now. Okay. Speaking of leads, I want you guys to be thinking, who do you know that is in your world of friends and family and vendors that you may be knowing, somebody that you get work done at your house, or maybe a cleaners that you go to. Get in relation with people. And how do you do that? The easiest way, this is my cheat. You know how everybody always gets business cards when they first join? And we're all so proud because we have a business card.
Yeah.
I want you to leave your business cards at home. And I want you to pretend you've got a notebook. You always keep a notebook with you, something you can write on. Doesn't matter what it is, but just always keep a notebook with you handy. You write down their name. Say, you know what? I just remembered I left my cards on the dresser at home. Until then, could I get your information? I'll be sure to send you my card. And you can send them a handwritten card and say how nice it was to meet them. Speaking of which, you got to start thinking about handwriting cards. People love to get fun mail. That's fun mail. To get a nice card to say how nice it was to meet you, and that maybe something in that note talks about what you talked about. I got to tell you, I've had clients admit to me They got home, they got all their mail. They saw there was a card from me. They save them like they're candy. So they have a place to read it. They get the light on, they get comfy, they open it up, and it's a note all about them. What could be better? Nothing. Nothing. This is it. This is where the magic is. That's why I keep referencing. Write the notes down about what you talked about. It could be something as simple as they talk to you about maybe they would want to do a search in such and such a town. So follow up with it. You know, you just got to stitch this all together. People don't just hand you their business and say, there you go. Here's my home. Sell me. No, you got to help work them through the process. Handwritten notes. If you guys need handwritten, you know, like note cards, buy some. Hobby Lobby, great place. I'll tell you something. You guys won't believe this. I have 1, 2, 3. I think I have 5 or 6 of these.
Oh, there's the boxes of cards. I
Boxes of
love it.
cards. They're all kinds of cards. And I got to tell you, I'm a fanatic about cards because I get tired of it. The one card, you know, there's always one that you have to write over and over again. So I buy different ones. You know, I've got cards that have black on them and color on them. Does it matter? No, they're all blank. But this is how I do it. I have my cards and I have a drawer next to me at my desk. I have stamps. If you don't have stamps, go get some. I created a sticker that actually has the EXP logo. This is my return address sticker with the logo. I
What
can
return
share-
address do you use, Celeste? Do you use your home address? No.
No, don't use your home. Please
Right.
don't. It's dangerous.
Why not?
Even for men, it's dangerous because there's some weirdos out there.
For sure.
What I would do is, and this is what I did, I ended up getting a PO box nearby where I live. And it's a tiny box, but I can have mail sent there. And I have a suite number. So their address and then my suite number is my box. And whenever I get mail, you know, like I don't go over there all the time. I probably go there once a week. But the point is that it's not my home address.
Exactly. Okay.
And then the other thing is, you know how we have the EXP corporate address? I really don't recommend using it. And this is the reason why, is if you're sending out cards of any kind, what you're going to find is that people want to return things to that address. They're just a shared office suite. They'll throw your mail away.
Okay.
So I don't recommend it. The workaround, maybe you could figure out a way to, you know, use somebody else's address if they allow you to, and put in a suite number, make it look official. I don't know. I do have stickers for my home, but that's the whole nother thing. I have stickers that are like the seal stickers for the holidays. This is the one I love the most. This is my ego speaking. I bought circle stickers, and on my circle stickers, they're really big. These are big stickers. They have my name, and I use them when I seal up my envelopes. So the back of the envelope where this part is, when
Okay.
this is stuffed with the card, I stick my sticker right there. Because again, it's my ego speaking. Why do I want my ego speaking? I don't know, it just is.
It's kind of a presentation. It's nice. It shows that you put thought into it.
Yeah, it's like a little personal touch. It's like me kissing the envelope saying, hey, it's me. And the people that I work with, I am just like I am right now with my clients. I want them to know they're someone special. Each of you are someone special. How can I make that happen if I don't personalize my envelopes and my things? I mean, it is just how you need to know. Even guys, you can create a return sticker that looks really quality. You can buy simple thank you stickers that go on the back of your envelopes, just so that people know that you appreciate them. That's it. And
Sure.
none of this stuff is hard. I'm happy to share my templates. You could just finish your information. It's fine. It's all done in Word. By the way, I'm hoping you guys are familiar with Word. You're using Word, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
good. Because I'm not trying to challenge you. There's a lot of stuff that I do sometimes. Well, okay, so here's another thing I do. When I'm in relation with someone and I have somebody that I know and they want to give me the name of someone, do not reward the outcome, reward the activity. The fact that someone thought enough to send you a referral, give you a name of somebody and a phone number. I keep a bunch of $5 Starbucks gift cards with the envelopes ready to go. And I'll do a handwritten note to say thank you. And then I stuff a $5 gift card in there and just say, I love that you are thinking of me. Thank you. You are freaking awesome. And guess what? They refer you again. People like to get, like, who gets a card? Who gets a $5 gift card? If you could give somebody a name and they're willing to turn around and send you a $5 card, I'd send one every day.
Mm-hmm.
I would. I like Starbucks. I'm greedy. I'm a person. I'm a normal person. I like going for free. And I would give one every single time. That's how strong I feel. It's better than anything else you do. Okay, so I'm done with that.
I have two questions.
Sure.
All right, the first one, I've seen a lot of on online, I forgot the name of it. There were agent asking for referrals. So if you get a referral or you get a referral and there's a fee, how's that work?
There's a form that EXP has. And
Okay,
again, I can send, if you want to do that, I have a form for you. And you would basically put it, the PDF, blank PDF, into DigiSign. And then you
Okay.
have to drop in your fields so that you'd fill in your information, and then the referring or the person you're sending the referral to put in their information. And then it's a 2-page form. The second page says, when does this start? And when does this referral end? I always do a full year because I figure it'll take them a year, maybe. And
okay,
then it says if it's a listing or a buy transaction, and then what's your percentage?
okay.
So
'Cause I've seen that a lot on the workplace. They're chatting people, so asking refer. I'm like, okay, I've seen it so much of it. How does that work?
yeah,
Okay,
just always get it in writing.
right, okay.
Cover your ass.
Okay.
Like
Can you
I
send that to me?
Yeah, I can send it to
Okay.
all you guys. A
Okay.
referral form. By the way, this is just an example. I sent one to Ricardo and I did say I was going to send him the form. I didn't get the form sent yet, but now that he's with this guy, I wasn't sure that anything would happen anyways. So this was unfortunately not a very great referral, but sometimes the person you're referring, it's a slam dunk,
Right.
you know, and you want to cover your, make sure you send it right away. And then also follow up. Don't assume that person knows that it's okay to begin the phone call to that person. So I'll send it, they sign it. The very next day, I'll call that agent and just say, I want to just confirm that you know it's okay to call them today. Get that moving, because
Okay.
that's a hot lead.
So what do you think I should do with this one, with Marcos Fernandez? Should I just leave it for now or?
No, I would call him every 2 days.
Okay,
Text him, throw him a text, say, hey, I'm Rick, I'm Ricardo, however you want to. I think Ricardo would really play well with that guy because he wants to speak in the same language you are. And that way he feels comfortable, because that's where really you're looking for commonality.
okay.
And that's kind of the follow-up question I have about that. How long when enough is enough, basically, to stop
Yeah.
calling?
How much do you want to be in touch with them?
So
There's
it's up to me.
there's no right answer.
Okay,
I would say you got to try at least 2 or 3 times, and maybe don't just phone, but text. Yeah, because, you never know what's going on. Don't create the script of what's happening in their world, because
right.
that happens a lot. We often will say, well, they don't want to hear from us, so I'll stop. Don't stop.
Okay.
You know, maybe change it to once a week. You know, but in the beginning, call, text, call. You know, just do it until you can't see yourself doing it anymore. And you know what? They may reach back and say, stop bothering me. You know, you never know. You
Oh,
just-
I've had a lot of those in my full-time job right now. So I'm in sales, as you know. And when I go out to restaurants and they don't want to deal with me, you know, at maybe the fifth time I go there, it gets to the point, you know what? I don't want to change my vendor. I want to stick with mine. I don't want to, you know, new vendor. But thank you very much. Okay, that's when I draw the line and I
Okay.
walk away.
Yeah,
So,
that's probably their way of saying, okay, we're good, but no, we're
Right.
not good. Whatever. And as long as you're nice, you know, you're not being offensive. Because
absolutely.
the last thing you want is to go to the negative. Like, why the hell can't you just simply tell me, you know, don't do that. It's probably not the right move.
My
Um,
second question, follow up on
Sure.
that, open house. I've seen a lot of workplace too. How's that work?
Well, okay, so open houses are really an event unto themselves. And there's an app that we have within KV, well, KV Core has an open house app. You can look at that on your app store, get your open house app ordered up, and then you can connect any open house that you're doing that the leads go directly into KV Core. So that's something, you know, if you have an iPad, it's really cool to use that. As far as the idea of an open house, do you guys know the book? It's called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. It's also known as the MREA. I'm looking, I know I don't have mine down here. It was written by Gary Keller, and Gary Keller, of course, is the guy behind Keller Williams. He wrote this book, and one of the chapters in the book is doing what they call a 7-level open house. Really cool. So my recommendation, you know, it really wouldn't be a bad idea, guys. This is the Bible of this business, is to buy the book.
Actually, I have one. I went to, when I interviewed with them, that was my first, they gave me a book and I have to look for it, but I don't read it yet.
It's a great gift.
I don't have time to read right now, as you know what I'm going through.
Well, now you can know that you can go just to that chapter.
I
So you
will
said
look
it's
into it.
The millionaire real estate agent, is that what you
Uh-huh.
said?
And it's, the acronym is MREA.
I'll show it to you.
Yeah, it's a red book. And the nice thing about that book is it really helps understand what you need to know about being in the business. So that's the MREA, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent.
I don't know why it blurs out.
I can see.
Yeah. It's a book that you probably should
Yeah.
have in your arsenal and read it. Like you don't have anything else to do, you guys. Okay, speaking back about referrals, just because this is just, again, something I think I'm teaching you guys best practice. If someone gives you a referral, you need to create something within your, maybe it's a campaign that's sent to you when you receive a referral to remind you on a weekly basis or every other week, you should be touching base with the agent who referred you business and give them a status update. It doesn't take but a few moments, and it could be something as simple as an email. Every 2 weeks, have it on your calendar and just say, hey, just wanted to let you know, this is where we are in this process. As a referring agent, if I had an agent who was willing to do that to me, to give me an update, I would be doing a freaking happy dance because nobody does it. Terrible, terrible, terrible part of our business is we get these referrals. We love getting them, but we treat the referring agent like crap. We forget that they exist. And guess what? That's the bad thing to do, because you know what? That person may have more business to send your way. You've just shown them they don't want to work with you because you're not given, that person never gave you anything to work with. Just tell me what's going on. I don't care what it is. There's no good or bad, you know, it's just what it is. I had a referral from an agent way up in Wisconsin. The client was from an area called Neenah, Wisconsin. It's way up there. Anyways, 2 hours up. So this agent wasn't coming down here to show any property. So she referred it to me. And right from the get-go, not only did I have high-level communication with the client, but I continued to keep a relationship with her, so much so that before we, moved along, I would just send her a quick email. Hey, just wanted to let you know, we're now under contract. We just did the home inspection on Monday. Things looked great. Just wanted to give you that as an update. I'll be in touch. So then the next time around, it's closing, getting close to closing. Okay, we've scheduled our final walkthrough. Wanted to let you know the buyer can't be there to do it, so I'm doing it in their stead. But I think the home is going to be in perfect condition as it was when we saw it. Sure enough, things went well. I just keep them like knowing what's going on. They're in the know. So when they're talking to the client on their end, they feel like they know what the hell's going on. The last thing I did, and again, you will not find, most agents don't do this. I sent her another Starbucks card to say thank you so much for that business. Didn't have to, but guess what? Who do you think she's thinking of when she thinks about coming this way? I don't want anyone else in the room. There's nobody else is going to get that referral. You guys get it?
E-gift card or actual physical card? How do you do it?
I wrote a handwritten card and I stuck a gift card in it.
Nice.
And I mean, it doesn't have to be a huge gift card. It's just saying, hey, you are fantastic for thinking of me to refer me to. And I want to let you know how much I appreciate you. Thank you. I started the relationship with a card. That's another thing, guys. A card is never unwelcome, ever. Just to say thank you. Who got a card from me this week?
I loved it.
Pardo, did you get yours?
I don't think so. I haven't checked the mail though.
Okay, well, so I sent one to him as well. And the reason why I did is I just wanted to see, like I knew I'd be talking to you guys. I was just checking to see if you guys got them. And you know what? I didn't have to send one, but how does that make you feel when a card is sent to you? It makes you feel like, okay, I'm someone special. By the way, Melanie, sorry. Evan, sorry.
I always get
That
your
was you
children
guys.
sick. Not just-
I don't want you guys to ever feel like you're not someone special, because you are special. You're here. You are all going to be successful. You're showing up. I wish I could convey to you all those that I've met in the past where they have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and they don't want to be asked to do anything because heaven forbid they have to do something.
Mhm.
You need to get over that. This is a hands-on business.
Right. I did want to ask you a question, Celeste. The past like 3 days, I have been getting text messages that I have a referral in your area for, and they'll give me a percentage rate. What is that? Should I respond to that?
So there's some companies you can, if you want, just to see what they're offering, but be very careful about the fine print.
Okay.
Because
It was just a text. So I didn't really respond yet because.
you can always ask, and just say, tell me what you're doing.
Okay.
I get them a lot.
Do you? Okay.
I get the lenders a lot. Every mortgage officer thinks that I have no idea, how awesome they are. So I get a lot of calls,
Uh-huh.
and I delete a lot. Delete.
Yeah.
Because I can only take in so much. I'm probably well over 300 email a day.
Wow.
So I've learned how to sort my email and delete mass emails at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Our focus really is not about my email, though. It's about you. So where do you want to take this conversation next? Are you willing to do another next week? Same time, same place?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything
Monday's
works
good.
out with me.
I'm going to ask you guys to do me one solid. I want you to look at your calendar. And I know that the holiday is next Tuesday, but here's the thing. I want you guys to commit that you look at the EXP training, get going on it. Use the time wisely, because I realize a lot of people are in vacation mode, but you guys are in school. Okay.
Mhm.
And then tell me your success. Tell me what you learned. Tell me what you have questions on. Because I can't know how to help unless you guys kind of crack
Gotcha.
open the thoughts. Let me know what's in there. It could be a very scary place.
Mhm.
All right. Well, you know what? I can't think of anything else. We've almost done a full hour here. I want you guys to know, again, I've said this over and over, you are never bothering me. My cell phone should always be in your phone. If it isn't, why not? You are all in my phone, and I'm welcoming you to use me. I'm going to head out of town, by the way. I'm going up to Wisconsin, Whitewater tomorrow for my son. He's kind of interviewing colleges right now. So we're going to go up there for a full day of whatever. So I won't be really available tomorrow, but you can always text me.
Okay,
Okay.
and then when's the next time we're meeting up then to do this?
So next Monday night, and if 6 o'clock works for you, just kind of give me a hands up. That's okay. Does that work? Okay, good. So I'll send you guys another Zoom invite. And really, I mean, anything you guys want to ask during the week, don't hesitate. I really want you guys to be rising stars. And I would love you guys to be able to get your transactions behind you. Anything I can do to help, let me know.
I would
Okay.
love a person to come over and set up all the software for me and then just say, this is how you do it.
Thank you. Agreed.
Well, I can do that. I'm not going to do it, but I can tell you how to do it. You know, you can reach out to KV Core
Yes.
and you can tell them where you have your data, assuming your data is somewhere.
I just set up all my social media accounts today. That was hell. But now it's like I had to cut and paste the links to grab, onto where the EXP website is. So I did all that today. Took a whole day.
Okay, so just to interpret what she just did, in the KV Core software, part of it is setting up your own KV Core profile. And in there, it requires you to have the links for your social media. If you don't have your social media links, then that's going to be something that you'll just have to come back to and put them in as quickly as you can. So they're not looking for your personal Facebook, they're looking for your business Facebook page. And then LinkedIn
Okay.
and Twitter.
And your other, all of them, whatever you want to
and
do.
Instagram if you have it. Even if you have a YouTube channel, you could put that in there. So yeah, those are good things to do. Setting up your profile is definitely part of that first phase of KV Core. So yeah, I think you guys have a lot to do. So I'm not throwing anything more on you tonight.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
When you said try to do as much EXP training, a little more specific, when you say the training, are you talking about like go to the university and take classes? Are you speaking about
No.
the KV Core?
Through the Mentee program,
Okay,
the Mentee mentor program, they
okay,
have a specific course that they want you to go through. And it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff, but that's the courses that I'm talking about with EXP.
okay. And is that the go? When they want to onboard you, is it the go? Okay, that's
Yeah.
okay.
I believe so. Anybody want to correct me?
I think that you said it was through that EXP Enterprise, right?
No, well, so if you go into the EXP world and you go to the welcome desk and you ask them to direct you to the Mentee program, the people at the Mentee mentor program can direct you for the training that you need to be starting. And if they haven't already sent you emails to get you started on that, then I would go into the EXP world, go to the welcome desk, and then ask them about the Mentee mentor program so that you could talk to someone direct and get those classes started. So that was what I was talking about.
Just wanted to make sure I was in the right direction and there wasn't something else that I'm missing. Okay.
No, that's the main one right there. And the reason why is because they've really thought through what they want you to know. That's the foundation. That's the best part that I want you to get going on. And of course, the second was the KV Core, because KV Core is your CRM, which is your contact management software. And your life is going to be built around keeping track and keeping in touch with people that you know. And there's so much more to KV Core that if I start talking about it, I'm going to overwhelm you. So I don't want to do that. I do know that we're at like kind of phase 1, and phase 1 is what you have to know about EXP and about KV Core. Just those 2 things would make me so happy, and you guys will become experts.
Also, I wanted to say that the Welcome Center for the mentor program, like there's always someone at the Welcome Center, but the mentor program hours are from 8 to 5, like our
Okay.
time.
Okay, that helps. So you guys know 8 to 5. The other nice thing is those people at the front desk, when you walk up to them, you know that there's a little green button at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. That's your microphone. You got to turn it on for them to hear you. And I mean, believe me when I tell you, when I first came, I'm talking, I'm having all kinds of talk. And finally I realized my microphone wasn't even on. It
Happened to me
helps
too.
to turn it on. The other good thing is they're very kind. They're very kind. They probably heard every question you can imagine. So you can't ask them something that would overwhelm them. They're used to it. By the way, the other thing is, if you haven't gone into the EXP world, I think you guys all have by now, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. So just know you can go on a boat.
I did
did.
that because you
I
told
did that
me
too.
to.
Did you? Yay. It's just fun to wait. It's fun to go out and go, wee, you know. I'm so stupid. So if you haven't done it, go do it.
I did that. That was fun. I crashed it.
Yeah, me too. Why not? Yeah, the other thing, guys, is you know, it's hard for me to remember back when I first started, because this is, you know, I was May of 1989 when I started in this business. And
Wow.
I started at Coldwell Banker. They had a thing called Fast Start training, and it was so lame. Like there was nothing to it. There was like no structure. And they were all bragging about how great this training was. And in my head, I always said, if I was to help somebody, what would I do to help them get going faster, better, stronger? That's why I signed up to be a mentor,
Mhm.
because it could be done so much better. And you guys, you just know your participation is key. Just show up. You're going to learn something. I promise.
Always.
And by the way, Evan, you're a great example. We've been on a few Zooms together, Evan and I. You and I, when we first started, what was that experience?
It was great. It was great. I learned a lot from you in one session. I'm like, wow. So 30 years experience, I just can't go wrong with that.
Mhm.
That's what we need, all of us actually. So
I agree.
absolutely.
And I will add, it isn't about the number of years. It isn't. It is about the person who is behind this whole thing. I love learning and I enjoy
Mhm.
teaching. I hope I'm a good teacher. I don't know if I am or not. Just knowing that sometimes I just go blah, because I want you guys to know what I know. The value is in our relationships. So every single one of you guys has the ability to be in relation with people. People will like you because you are who you are. Just remember that. Don't worry about that they're judging. They are not judging. They're looking at what do they know? That's all they're worrying about.
Mhm.
And they want to be right. So if you can remember that when you're speaking to somebody, they just want to be right. So let them be. Ask a question and then help them say, you know, whatever they gave you as an answer, say, yeah, that's great. And then talk about something else. But you're never going to go wrong if you let people feel like they did it right. Okay? Okay,
Okay.
I'm done. I'm done. I'll keep you guys here all night. All right, you guys. I just recorded this, and when I'm done, I'll send you guys a copy just so you have it. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Thank you. Thanks. for your time.
Enjoy.
All right, bye, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
See you guys next week.
Meet you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.